It's Mickey and Friends Monday, and this is Mickey Mouse Haunted Halloween. I'm going to have a really terrific Halloween party tonight, Mickey Mouse thought. If I ever finish getting ready. He tacked a fake cobweb to the wall and looked around his living room. Jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts stared back at him. "Everything looks nice and spooky," he said. "I'll bet Minnie will love it." Mickey glanced at the clock. "Golly," he said, "it's almost time for the party, and I haven't put my costume together yet." Mickey knew he had an old pirate costume packed away in the attic. He climbed up a creaky ladder and turned on the light. "Now, where did I put that costume?" Mickey wondered. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed across the sky. Then the attic light went out. "Oh dear," Mickey cried. It was very dark. He stumbled into a huge cobweb. "Ooh," he said with a shudder. Mickey tried to find his way over to the ladder. After a couple minutes, the lights came back on. "Thank goodness," Mickey said. He spotted the old trunk he'd been looking for. "I'll bet my pirate costume is in here." Mickey took out a key he brought with him. He put it in the rusty old lock. It turned easily. As he lifted the lid of the trunk, he felt a tickle in his nose. "Achoo!" he sneezed. A cloud of dust surrounded the trunk. It looked kind of spooky. "It's just the dust," Mickey said. He lifted the lid of the trunk, and a skeleton popped out. "Wah!" Mickey shouted. Then he realized it was just a plastic decoration. "Phew," he said, relieved. "This skeleton will be perfect for my party." He rummaged through the trunk. "There's lots of cool stuff in here. Maybe I'll take the whole trunk downstairs." Meanwhile, in Mickey's backyard, Pluto had been chasing a ball near the clothesline. As Pluto charged after it, one of the sheets hanging from the line came loose and fell on top of him. It covered him from head to tail. Suddenly, rain began to fall. The wet sheet stuck to Pluto like glue. He ran around the yard trying to get it off, but he couldn't. He wasn't able to see anything. Just then, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, and Daisy drove up to Mickey's house. They were all dressed in their Halloween costumes. "Gosh, look at the lightning!" Goofy exclaimed. "It's a spooky Halloween night," Minnie said nervously. "Let's run right into the house," said Daisy. "If we wait for Mickey to answer the door, our costumes will get soaked." "Mickey, we're here," called Minnie when they entered the house. "Where are you?" But Mickey didn't answer. He was still upstairs, and the storm was too loud for him to hear. Boom! Went the thunder. Then the lights went out again. "Uh-oh!" cried Donald. The friends stood in the dark for a moment. Thump, ka-thump, thump. It sounded like something, or someone, was being dragged across the floor upstairs. "What was that?" Daisy asked with a gasp. "Mickey," Minnie called. There was no answer. In the backyard, poor Pluto was still stuck under the sheet. Since he couldn't see, he wasn't able to find the doggy door. Arr, 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 Pluto howled.
What was that?
Daisy whispered. Shh, shh, Goofy whispered back. Just then, something weird and white ran past the window.
It's a ghost,
cried Daisy. Mickey's friends were too scared to even scream. Up in the attic, Mickey lit a candle and changed into his pirate costume. Then, picking up the skeleton decoration, he slowly and carefully headed down the dark staircase. Mickey's friends heard a slow shuffling of feet and a rattling of bones. They looked up to see the shadow of a horrible monster coming toward them. "Oh no!" Donald screamed as the others hid behind a chair. Then Donald dove onto the chair and hid under a pillow. The friends prepared for the worst. Suddenly, the lights came back on.
"Hi, everybody,"
Mickey said. The scary monster his friends had seen had really been his shadow. Mickey's friends stared at him in shock.
"Oh, Mickey, it's just you,"
cried Minnie.
"You really scared us."
"We thought you were a ghost," Goofy exclaimed. "That's one scary costume," Donald said with a shiver. Daisy picked up a cupcake and began to munch on it.
"Mickey," she said, "this is the scariest, most exciting Halloween ever. How did you do it?"
"Gosh, Mickey, it's the best haunted house I've ever been in," added Goofy.
Haunted house?"
said a puzzled Mickey, looking around. He'd done a lot of decorating, but the house wasn't haunted. Just then, Pluto found his way through the doggy door. He happily ran into the living room. Mickey and his friends looked up and saw a ghost. And boy, did they scream. "Orf!" barked Pluto.
"Oh, Pluto, it's just you," said Mickey, relieved. "Hey, boy, you're all wet. Let's get you dried off."
Mickey turned to his friends and grinned.
"You're right. This has been the scariest Halloween ever."